It's the Partnership Show on Chicago's Essential Storyteller, WVON.
Good morning, WVON listeners. This is George Wright, your host for the Partnership Show. We have a special show and two special guests coming on with us. But first of all, I want to make sure that I explain to our first-time listeners what is the Partnership. The Chicago Cook Workforce Partnership is a nonprofit umbrella organization that operates the largest publicly funded workforce system in the country. We have a network of nearly 100 agencies in Chicago and Cook County that offer job search and training assistance, largely at no cost to job seekers and businesses. We connect job seekers to careers and employers to talented job seekers to hire. In essence, we connect people who are seeking careers and those who are providing the same. And we do this through re-granting of dollars to our delegate agencies and our American Job Centers across Cook County and the city of Chicago, and would like to thank, first of all, our supporter, Cook County Madam President Tony Preckwinkle, for always supporting this show. Once again, this is the Partnership Show with your host, George Wright. So I want to quickly see if my guests are on the line with us, and I want to make sure that before I introduce them that they are with us. I have Cassandra Rouse and Marlene Vick. Are you on the show, Cassandra and Marlene?
Yes, we are. This is Cassandra Rouse, and Executive Director for the Illinois Tollway. And we also have
Marlene Vick, and I'm the Acting Chief of Diversity.
Correct.
Great. So thanks for coming on to the Partnership Show. And I want to briefly read just a portion of both of you all's bios. Cassandra Rouse is Executive Director, oversees Illinois State's 294-mile Illinois Tollway system, supporting 5 roadways across 12 counties in northern Illinois. She is responsible for day-to-day management and oversight of nearly 1,400 employees and providing a safe, effective, and efficient toll highway system and ensuring the highest possible level of customer service for the tollway's nearly 1.6 million daily drivers. In addition, Ms. Rouse oversees the tollway's 16-year, $15 billion Move Illinois Capital Program, now in its 13th year. Let me also then talk a little bit about Ms. Vick, who serves as the Acting Chief of Diversity and Strategic Development of Illinois Tollway. In her role, Marlene is responsible for creating and executing comprehensive diversity programs on behalf of the Tollway to ensure inclusion and equal opportunity for all. The main focus is to increase access to economic opportunity for small, diverse, and veteran-owned businesses, as well as underemployed individuals. So, Cassandra and Marlene, we have a partnership show that really starts every single show with a song, and we try to select a song that connects to the subject that we're going to discuss today, which is the Illinois Tollway or Construction Works program. The song that we played to open up the show was a song by Jonathan Butler called Many Faces. And if I think about construction works, and I think about the program itself, the success of this program over its entire lifespan has depended upon and is contingent upon many, many faces. And so that song, which will be our theme for today, will bring in the many faces of this program. So first of all, let's see if we can give our WVON listening audience a feel for what is this program? What's Construction Works? What do we talk about in terms of giving us the synopsis of what really this program is all about?
Great. Thank you so much for the introduction. And at the Illinois Tollway, I'd like to lead off by saying that we are really committed to expanding access to opportunities for Illinois' diverse communities. That's one of our top priorities. You talked about our Move Illinois Capital Program. Again, it's a 16-year, $15 billion program, and we are in the 13th year. So just by that, key highlight lets you know that there is an investment being made by the Illinois Tollway in our construction, arena here throughout our region, and most importantly in our infrastructure. And our Construction Works program, in partnership with you, is so key because we know that one of the most immediate and most visible impacts of construction projects is job creation. And the construction industry is a significant employer. It provides jobs for a diverse range of skill levels. And the Construction Works program is a program that really is designed to meet those that are interested in heavy highway work, to meet them to address any barrier that they have for entry. And the Construction Works program and our investment in this program allows us to develop the pipeline of individuals that are interested, and they can come in at any level. Because there is, when I'm out and I'm talking externally, whether it's in D.C. or here down in Springfield, one of the key issues that comes up is workforce. And so how we can address workforce is through Construction Works.
Thank you. Now, we actually, at the Chicago Cook Workforce Partnership, actually have this program. And again, we are a grantor of dollars. We support agencies that are actually implementing direct services in these programs. And we partner with 13 agencies in our network. Our network is about 100 agencies across the city of Chicago and Cook County, 13 of which are supporting this program. I also want to lift up that Construction Works is free. With some eligibility requirements, actually, to design to assist candidates in discovering employment opportunities in the construction industry. So give us a feel for, you talked about really why Construction Works is so important in terms of increasing diversity, increasing access, and decreasing barriers for people who want to get in this field. But talk to us a little bit about the mechanics of it. What happens? How do people get into this program? What's your sense of if someone's listening to our show, which many are, and they say, wow, I'm wondering how I would get engaged in this because I'm interested in working in the tollway system or, as you say, heavy highway construction?
Oh, absolutely. This is one of the ways that you can get a hold of the program and the specifics is going to ConstructionWorks at getipass.com. But the partnership that we have with you is we take advantage of all of your partners, all of your 108 agencies that are across the region. We have at least 8 of them: St. Paul, Pre-Apprentice General Construction, Midwest Consulting, Awaken, Revolution Workshop. There are a number of places that you can go in and you ask for the Construction Works program. They should be able to walk you through it. They tell you the qualifications and what you can actually get.
That's great. And I think it's a perfect segue into also if people are interested in certainly those agencies, you can reach out to them directly or to your website. You can also reach us at chicookworks.org. That's CHI cookworks.org, or our general office number is 312-603-0200, 312-603-0200. So I want to bring up this the subject that we touched on, and I think it might have been you, Marlene, who mentioned this specifically connected to your role. Having been born and raised in the city of Chicago, and while I relocated, I've spent a lot of time here. This is home for me. And I can tell you that construction, especially with our highways, has always been with us. Obviously, to some people's chagrin, if you will, but I don't know if there's a time that I've ever lived in this city or the surrounding suburbs that I can't say that some highway construction was not underway. And yet, I've seen something different. And I'm thinking that maybe there's some data that you can point out that either supports what my eyes are seeing or says what you're seeing is a mirage. It's not really happening. Years ago, and not that many years ago, when I would pass a construction site on the Illinois Tollway, for instance, I didn't see a lot of workers that looked like me. There was this misnomer out there, I think, and maybe it was reality at the time, that in order to get one of those high-paying jobs, you got to know somebody. And many minorities, whether they black or brown, didn't know even how to apply for the jobs. But what I've seen of late is when I pass a site, I do see people who look like me now. And so when I think about the diversity and the equity and inclusion part of this, it dawned on me that there's some changes at the top of the house. There's got to be some intentionality, if you will, that I'm seeing that's resulting in what I used to see and what I see now. Can you share with our listening audience any data points that you have in terms of how you've increased the level of participation among those who need it the most, those minority job seekers who want to work in this field, and how you've actually gone to accomplish something that I think I'm seeing that has changed?
Yes, thank you. This is Cassandra. So first I'll lead off by saying that we at the Illinois Tollway, along with through my leadership as executive director, but also at the board level, we have been very intentional about increasing the opportunities, not only for just small, diverse firms to do work and participate, in the capital investments that we're making from an infrastructure standpoint, but we're also really doubling down on our efforts to make sure, again, that we have workers on the road. So as you are driving and you see construction sites, moving forward with their projects, that you see people working on those roads from the community. And so we've made a very intentional effort through our tollway diversity programs that have been designed to really help businesses reach their full potential, while at the same time opening up doors to economic opportunity for men and women interested in construction industry careers. And our investment in the Construction Works program is one of those, efforts. In addition to many of the other programs that we have, our Earn Credit program, our Partnering for Growth program, Technical Assistance, and our Small Business Initiative program, which are dynamic programs that we're doing here in Illinois, that even others across other states are interested in seeing how we're doing what we're doing because we've been so successful at it. And I know Marlene will talk a little bit about the stats. But it's these programs, the listeners today that are hearing about our Construction Works program is how we're getting the word out there so that people know that this opportunity exists for them, because there's a lot to gain, which I'm sure as we continue our conversation today, we'll talk about, what you gain by participating in construction work. But I want to underscore that this program really meets the interested party where they are. And there's so many resources that we have poured into this program to help those that are interested, in work with heavy highway and in construction. So Marlene is going to talk a little bit more about our stats.
One of the things that we've worked with you on, we've had over 1,000 candidates enrolled in the Construction Works program. The ones that started construction training, 220, and the candidates that entered a union or non-union construction jobs, 439. I'll tell you why that is significant, because construction isn't for everyone. One of the things that Construction Works program does is that it gives you a full view of what construction means. Do you like to work outside? Are you okay with working through the cold? Are you okay with working through the heat? We'll prepare you, and with the partnership's help, the entire gamut of what it means to be in construction, and we'll train you for that, for any of those skills that go with construction on the heavy highway.
And then I'll talk a little bit about the different jobs that are available so that your listeners understand, well, what do we mean when we talk about heavy highway construction and careers? So there are opportunities for carpenters, electricians, iron workers, laborers, welders, and, so much more. And the supportive services that we provide through construction work, run from transportation assistance, assistance with work apparel and tools. There's even child care assistance. There's financial coaching. Basic skills and adult education referrals are also part of this program. And most importantly, it is the retention support. So we really have poured in so many supportive services and resources to make sure that anyone that is interested or thinks that they're interested, there's enough here embedded within this program to keep you there and to provide you with a wide range of skills and understanding of the different jobs that are available so that you can find where you belong.
I think you all brought up a very interesting point, which it seems to be a theme as with the partnership show, and especially with our listening audience. And I encourage you all to join the conversation at 773-591-1690. Once again, our phone number is 773-591-1690. This theme of what I call preparedness, right? And so there was mention of construction is not for everyone. There are some people who don't want to work outside. There are some people who don't like to work through the cold or the heat. And so preparing one for a career is something that this program is intentional about. And I'd love to hear your thoughts about some of the barriers that you're seeing and how we are trying to mitigate those barriers to overcome them. So once again, we reach our North Star, which is more inclusionary and having more people that enter this field that historically have been shut out for whatever reason. So think about the notion of and respond, if you will, to this preparedness. How do we make sure that people really understand what they're getting into? And if it's for them, it's for them. If not, understanding what may not be for you is just as valuable, in my opinion, as understanding what is for you. So what say ye about this notion of how this program prepares people and giving them a realistic view of what the construction industry is all about?
Well, first, it definitely begins with an assessment. Where are you with your math abilities? Where are you with your lifting of the abilities? You have to be able to lift, say, 25 pounds. That may not be a lot for many people, but you want to make sure you can do that. And from there, it goes on to where is it that you fit? What are you interested in? We have many of our partners that will take you through a series of this is what carpenters do. This is what laborers do. This is what welders do. And as you go through that, you find what is your interest, what you're good at, and then we look at the barriers. Do we have to prepare you for the math test? Do we need to get you certification with OSHA safety training, which is very important on a construction site? Do you need to learn how to manage the teamwork and the atmosphere on a construction site, especially for women? There's things that you have to look out for and things to be prepared for to go and work on the site. The other part is that this is not only for new people, but this is also for folks that have been in the union and maybe they were laid off for whatever reason and they were also behind on their dues. We do help remediating some of those dues, the difficulties you'll have with that, but we also try to get you new skills. If you need to sharpen your skills with testing, if you need to sharpen your skills with learning, actually growing in the trade, that is what the partnership helps you with. And as you were talking about construction works, because of our partnership with you, if you're not interested, if once you see this, like, well, the hours, everything isn't for me, through your network, we're also able to say, well, here's another path. Take a look at this. You have the full menu of what you can select from to fit your skills and what career path you'd like to take.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think it's an interesting point, right, where it's once you find or if you determine that this is not for you, that there are other routes that you can take, other avenues of attack, if you will. Let's see if I can get, I see that Janice is on the line. I'm going to see if I can get Janice on the line for us.
I have
Janice,
two
are you there?
questions. I have some battle wounds on my back.
Janice, are you there?
I've seen this stuff going on. My
Janice?
stepbrother, yes. Can you hear me?
Yes. Are you here? You're there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, we can hear you.
I'm here. Okay, I want to say all this summer I haven't seen a black person working construction. And my sister and I would ride around. Now, the suburbs, south suburbs are black now. And I didn't see any black people working there either. One time, I think Push was doing flags. I don't even see black people with flags. I'm downtown. I don't see a flag over there at the state of Illinois. But everyone is either white or Hispanic. And do you know what? Maybe I'm sounding a little different. You mentioned St. Paul's church. A lot of these churches, it's a way for them to hire their church members. I think they need to get in there and do a forensic audit of all these non-for-profits that are supposed to be helping people. How many people have they placed in jobs, and are they still there? It's got to be a success and failure rate. And as for construction, black men did constructions back in the day. When my father went with his father to work, but they didn't get paid. They just gave the money to the father, so they got 2 for 1. And I think that we hear all this, but we don't see the people. And as for that, I think it's just a kickback game. And a lot of other people, some people just laugh. They say, well, why do you still believe? This is a kickback game. Where are these black men working? And why don't you put a 1-800 number out? And if we someplace and we don't see any black people working, we can call this 1-800 number and say, they lying to you. There are no black men working here. I'm not worried about the Latinos. I notice they have jobs. Our black men don't have jobs to take care of their children, and it doesn't set the right image in the community. We need strong black men out here who can work, sit at the table, show their children that you are a priority to me, and I'm out here working for you, so your life will be better than mine. Mm-hmm. You know, that's what I feel like. I'm 67 now. My cousin just died. She never voted. She said, but if you can tell me one thing that's gotten better for us as blacks. She was 71. And, I looked at her and said, I'm not going to argue with you. Nothing has gotten better. We have less blacks working in the trades now than when I was a kid in the 70s, and there wasn't many then.
Thanks for your call, Janice, and we will get...
Yeah, so tell me where those black people you saw were working. I'd like to know.
All right. Thank you very much for the call.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Mm-hmm.
So let's unpack that for a minute, Cassandra and Marlene. Yeah. She really talked about a few things, right? Number one, accountability in terms of the number of people, especially people of color, specifically notating black individuals. And talk to us about the program and who are the partners and how are we addressing that one. And then I think on the heels of that, she talked about this notion of, well, how many people are actually getting these jobs? And you talked about the data. Within this program alone, there was over 1,200. There's 236 people that were enrolled in this program. Many of those individuals, in fact, the majority of those individuals are in fact black. Mm-hmm. That's not a small number. Right. So talk a little bit about, this notion of, is there really accountability around diversity, equity, inclusion with this program? And are black people really getting these jobs?
Mm-hmm. Great. Thank you. And I want to thank your caller for bringing these topics, so that we could address them head on. So first of all, let's talk about, again, the purpose of this program, Construction Works. And it is basically to hit exactly all the areas that your caller talked about, which, again, is to create a qualified pipeline of diverse men and women to enter into this field of construction and heavy highway and to understand the opportunities in the construction industry. And we need individuals like your caller, first and foremost, to spread the word in their community that this program exists. You've got a program that can meet an individual that's interested in work in any area that they need some assistance. And I will underscore the word any. And we just need people to take advantage of this opportunity. And you, as I know, and many of your listeners know, the best way to get this into the hands for people is to talk about it, to spread the word, bring it to churches, community groups, organizations, family members. Let them know what you've heard today, because this program has the resources to get this off the ground. Now, she talked about what she sees on the road. The issue is that, hey, we know that there is a shortage, but yet there's a lot of demand. And we just don't have enough individuals seeking the opportunity because it is there. And let's talk about accountability. Every month, the Illinois Tollway has a public board meeting, and I have board members that are intentional about asking all the time, what small and diverse firms are participating in our capital program and the contracts that we are awarding, which of course then means the workers of diverse backgrounds on the road to deliver these projects. And so they hold us accountable as leaders, as members of our diversity team, to ensure that we are pushing these initiatives forward, which again is why we have a dynamic program and the investment that we've made in construction works. So we are held accountable day in and day out. We lead with the initiative of making sure that we're delivering this program with diversity and inclusion in mind. But again, we need the public to help us spread the word about the programs that are available and the opportunities that exist to make sure that we are seeing people of color, that, as your caller indicated, that Black men are out there on the road, working to supply, for their family and creating the mentorship opportunities they need to for our youth, as I believe the conversation was before your segment this morning, so that they understand that there is opportunities out there for them to lead their families and have, careers in construction that, are plentiful. And again, we've already identified that there's a workforce shortage in that area. And Marlene, I'll turn this over to you for some additional content.
Additionally, what we do is that we incentivize contractors to select candidates and to select graduates from these programs. We encourage them. We have cash incentives. We have contractual incentives to get these graduates that we know are ready, willing, and able to work on these projects.
Thank you. And so I'm going to try to get another caller who's been holding. Let's see if I can get Deborah. Are you on the line?
I am, and good morning, sir.
Good morning to you.
Thank you for all that you do, your sincerity, your integrity, your guests. Thank you so much. And Miss Janice, thank you. She's always spot on because we are from the old school, as my father would say, don't take a wooden nickel for it won't spin. We have been bamboozled. And it's a sad, sad thing when I go out. I don't often go out, but when I go out and even downtown to see our people, our young people, it was good enough to help our people, young males and older males in the jails. And when they come back, there's nothing for them to do as far as seeing young men out and taking their children. What she's saying, Miss Janice, is that was during the 50s, 60s. As of the 70s, there was an effort to destroy the steel mills and others that would allow for young men to see their fathers in these jobs, good-paying jobs. Myself as a youngster at that time, family members and friends that worked at the steel mill, my brother's godfather owned a black gas station, things of that caliber. So we have got to have people like Miss Janice on the board of trustees where she can see and talk to others that need to galvanize. And that's the thing with the vice president. Black women can organize and get the money. We could have been doing that all along. That's what Dr. King was about, organizing, galvanizing. He taught those who should have been taught, teaching generations after we should not be in this predicament. But I thank you going forward, and I look forward to an opportunity where people like Miss Janice could help other people to see what we're in such a bad shape in the mental health. We have got to do something different, and each one teach one. That's not working. We need 10 by 10 exponentially. Thank you. I will, because I'm out. When I'm out, I pull young men. They can look the worst. They can smell the worst. And I'm trying to tell them, belated Father's Day, 4 months later maybe. But get your young people, and let's do something to help pull your youngster and give them the resources that we didn't get. So I will direct them to this program, and I will continue to do that. And thank you so much for what you do, and may God continue to bless you exponentially. And your guests, thank you.
Thank you, Deborah.
For accepting my call. Bless you.
Thank you. I think that Deborah brought up an interesting point, right, which is the old saying, if you're not at the table, you're actually on the menu. Let's see, before I bring Cassandra and you, Marlene, back in, I've got another caller. Kevin's been waiting. Let's see if I can get him. Kevin, are you there?
Well, good morning. My name is Pastor Kevin Anthony Ford, and good morning to the family.
How you doing?
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm enjoying sisters as host today. I'm calling in today because St. Paul Community Development Ministries is a proud recipient of not only the tollway but Cook Works. Make this very clear to the Black community. We stand on integrity, and in no way would we ever compromise that. What I'd like to bring to attention is this great program. Now, as St. Paul relates to this, we do not train to train. We train to place. And there's not another organization in this region that has the placement that St. Paul has. And this is recognized by the USDOL. So I'm not trying to do a commercial on St. Paul, but let me, in fact, tell you and tell the community that without equivocation, when St. Paul starts a cohort and we train place, we are being represented at every union. Now, that is a minor representation. We can do better. And as the guests today have outlined, we do need to get greater participation from the community to stand with these projects, those actually making placement in the skilled trades. So I'm calling today to say I encourage the community to let's step it up. We know that we have to do some things within ourselves internally, and that's what we're here to do. We can enhance the probability factors of entering into the skilled crafts. To date, St. Paul has placed 251 in the skilled crafts, and that comes with the assistance of Cook Works. I served on some ad hoc committees at the Illinois Tollway some years ago. They're great projects, but as a community, let's step up to the opportunity. August 15th, we're having an outreach event at St. Paul. I invite everyone, Tollway, Cook Works, everyone. Let's get together and take this industry on. It's ours if we come together collective. Those are my thoughts.
Thank you, Pastor. And you know, having been familiar with St. Paul and the work that you all do, I can certainly attest from a personal perspective of the work and the integrity that you put forth. We've got a couple other callers on the line. I want to see if I can jump back into Cassandra as well as Marlene and ask this question, right? And callers, I'm promised to get to you. You know, the thing about opportunity is just that, right? It's an opportunity. And so what I look at as CEO of the partnership, I think that it really is about careers and not jobs. And one of the things that I really hone in on this notion of how can we actually get opportunities to people that they have to take advantage of. We understand that lead to meaningful careers. And so these are not just jobs, you know, and so people say, well, I need a job. No, what you really need is a career. And so talk to us about those who have gone through this program. I got over 1,200 people, and these are real people. This is not some made up number. And 440 of them, almost 440 of them, have been selected and are working on construction jobs, but in construction careers. So talk to us about what your sense of, are these really jobs or are these careers, and the responsibility of those individuals, as the pastor said, to come to these opportunities with an open mind to take advantage of them.
Thank you. So when we start talking about the program Construction Works, we always lead into talking about this is a career. We're helping you with a career in construction, not a job. That's the investment we're making, is to ensure that you understand where the opportunity is, and then we give you the tools that you need to be successful, and then we make sure that you have the supported services to retain you in this career of construction. And I'm going to turn this over to Marlene so she can talk about how you qualify and where the earning potential is when we talk about a career in construction?
Well, first you have to be 18 years or older, have a high school diploma or GED. And I do want to point out, if you do not, we can help you get that together. And we also want to point out that you can have a background. That's not a problem. We have all of the resources to help you get that. Now, what you will actually be pursuing, you can have a starting union wage of $23 an hour, and it can increase up to $59 an hour. And that is just the average. Some unions are much higher, and we prepare you for that.
I think that definitely sounds like a career to me, and not just a this dead end job. And I think that it's important to note that those individuals who are really serious about this, what we're saying is that the opportunity is there. Let's see if we can get a couple of callers. I think I'll try Shirley. She's been holding the longest. Shirley, are you with us?
Yes, I am.
Welcome to the WVON Partnership Show.
Thank you so much. And this is a wonderful show, and I am very much familiar with the towing and what they do. As a matter of fact, they were helping me get my WED and my MED, I believe that's the correct name. My thing, this may sound so far-fetched, but we're talking to the choir right now on this radio station. The people that need this, they're not listening to WVON. I was thinking and wondering, I know it may sound crazy, is there any way we can do an outreach? Because I'm in the street all the time. I'm also a licensed realtor. I'm a community activist. I do a lot of work in the community. How do we get this to those young guys that's standing on the corner, that's selling drugs, to give them a hope and give them a desire to want to get involved in this? Because they're not going to the church. They're not doing any of that. This needs to be on the street where they are. How do we do that?
So I'm glad you asked. There are actually 4 events coming up, in-person events, over the months of August and September. You can follow us on our website, which is shycookworks.org, shycookworks.org. And Cassandra and Marlene, please give out your address so people can connect and actually attend these events. And Shirley, thanks for your call.
And I have another question. Who gets the flyers? Is there flyers? Like I said, you're talking to the choir here. That what you just said, that's good. But again, the people that need this, they're not going to my shy. They're doing none of that. They know nothing about any of this. We need some flyers. We need to be on the street. We need to be on the ground because they're not listening to this.
Right. All right. Thanks for the call.
You're welcome.
You can find more information at IllinoisTollway.com. We also have our construction work at getipass.com. But I'll tell you what, the other thing, please let us know where you would like us to go. We are open. We are available for outreach. We have our partners here at the partnership, and they have their network. Let us know where it is that we can be, and we're there.
And people, to your point, Cassandra, if they don't want to go to a website and look at where these events are, call us. Everybody has a cell phone. 312-603-0200. 312-603-0200. Let's see if I can get Maurice on the line. He's been holding as well. Maurice, are you there?
Yes, sir, I am, and thank you for taking my call because you got Reverend Ford there. And for a lot of people, we were at the Swift Mansion for 31 years now. My next generation, my sons and things, they're trying to do stuff there. But Bishop Ford, he actually preached the funeral of the first Mayor Daley. Now, I just told the architects yesterday that the Clark House, the oldest house in Chicago, sat on the Swift Mansion lot until Bishop Ford, made a negotiation with Daley to move it down there on 18th Street. But we have a lot of history, and I just want you guys to know that Bishop Ford was quite an operator, colleges in the South and stuff like that. He was quite a man. So I spoke on you and the Clark House yesterday. So I just wanted you to know I was telling the architect some of the history of the building because he brought the drawings for the roof. But what we have to have from contractors is certified payrolls. You can see the rank and file of who's hired, who's getting a check, and who's not. And I learned that from Larry Huggins. He's a great person, and if you're not using his knowledge in terms of what you're doing, you're kind of missing the boat. And we were in it a while. It takes eternal vigilance. You can't go away and leave the pot on the stove. You got to deal with these contractors. You got to be serious about that. And we got a great alderman in Pat Dow who's helping my sons down there put that building back together because it's their turn now. It's not mine. But I'm telling you, the guys that got out the prisons, that came to the mansion, they did art. They did everything. They had skills, but we just have to search what their strengths are, and get their resumes right so they can go somewhere. But Bishop Ford, man, I just honor him because he was a fighter. And we say the city is so racist, but Bishop Ford, he was the gentleman that preached the last rites over the first Mayor Daley. A lot of people don't know that history. And BCU, right. You need to be working with them, and I'm not going to try to draw it out, but at Ford, those Fords, they've done great work, and I appreciate the opportunity to say that.
Thank you, Maurice, for your call. I'm going to see if I can get one of our callers who has been holding. It's one of our consistent callers. See if I can get Mama D on the phone. Mama D, are you there?
Yes, I am. Well, hallelujah. Greetings to you. I listen to you every week, but seldom call in. President Obama said he was not the first black president, that he was the first Kenyan-American president because black has no standing in law. So that language, people of color, was born. But everybody has a color, including the color of snow, which is white. Now, my question is diversity, equity, and inclusion of everybody, including non-citizens, does not serve us well because the laws against us said blacks have no right. It specified us. So my question is, do you think we need a racial classification category like Governor J.B. gave Arab Americans last year, so they are now known as Middle Eastern or North African? Should we be known as NAAs, Indigenous Native American Africans? And so we would have our own category that would not include everybody else. What do you think?
Thanks for your call, Mama D. I will obviously get Cassandra and Marlene your view on this one. At the end of the day, that question is probably one that I've never pondered. I appreciate Mama D for bringing it up. I'm a proud black man, and I just want other people that look like me to have these opportunities, which I know are so abundant, and we need to take advantage of them. So, Cassandra, Marlene, if you have a question or I'm sorry, a response to that, I'm going to get you in, and then I'm going to go to a couple other callers who have been holding.
I'll just also kind of echo what you stated. I'm a proud African-American leader of the Illinois Tollway, and I, too, want to make sure that, again, as I'm leader over a program that is making some significant investments in the infrastructure for, across the state of Illinois and in our region, which spreads 12 counties. I want to make sure that we are delivering it with diversity, in mind, and making sure that our diverse communities have those opportunities. And so, again, this Construction Works program and also the other programs under the umbrella of our diversity office is doing just that, ensuring that we are delivering with diversity and inclusion in mind in everything and all things that we do. So, but it's really, important that those that are listening are helping us to spread the word so that we can make the impacts that we all want to see.
That's right. And in fact, and I'm going to go to Israel because he's been holding, but I want to, put a pin on that point that you just made, Cassandra, because at the end of the day, this is why we do this work. We can't spread the word. We could print up 1 million flyers, and 500,000 of them would be in the garbage. What we want to do is have those individuals who are listening to this to actually spread the word. That's the best way to get it out there, to talk about this program and to tell people this is not easy. This is a career. It's not a job. This is not going to be easy, but the opportunity is there. Let's see if I can get Israel on the phone. He's been holding for a while. Israel, are you there?
Yes. Thanks for taking my call. I wanted to say hi to my friends Marlene and Cassandra. Hope everything's going well out there. But Marlene, I'm still waiting for you to put me on Cassandra's calendar. So I'll hang up and listen.
Hey, we'll get you there. Thanks for calling in.
Yeah.
Thank you. Let's see if we can get, I think Dee Dee has been on the line for a while. Let's see if we can get her in. Dee Dee, are you there?
I'm here. Good morning. Blessings to you all, and thank you all for being here. Thank you, Mr. Wilson, for your platform. So I have two questions. This is something really great, and I would like to share the information. You know, I live in a complex building with a lot of young people, especially men and women, that need to, need to be either unemployed or underemployed. And so I just wanted to make sure I had the correct website. I didn't quite get the last one, and if there are any contact numbers about the Illinois Highway. I just recently attended something that one of the Goodwill things, they had someone there, two representatives, about 2 months ago from the Illinois Highway, but they didn't mention this program. They were just talking about their various different positions on, how to go about applying. So if you all can repeat the website and if there are any contact numbers for Miss Cassandra or Miss Marlene.
Cassandra, you want to go?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dee Dee, for your call.
Yes. The number is 630-864-8263.
8263. Okay, thank you. And those two websites, something about good something highway, I didn't quite get. Get something.
Yeah, let me give you the first one. It's CHI, C-H-I, cookworks.org. That's CHI, cookworks.org. And then Cassandra or Marlene, if you give Dee Dee your website, that would be great.
It's the IllinoisTollway.com. And you can also email us at diversity@getipass, GETIPASS.com.
At givepathway.com?
GetIPass, G-E-T-I.
Oh, Get. Mm-hmm.
PASS.com.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks for your call.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Let's see if we can get one more caller in. We're about to come to the end of our show. I'll see if I can quickly get Melinda. We've got like a minute and a half, Melinda, if you're there.
Hi, this is Melinda Kelly from Chatham Business Association. I was calling because I will also be talking about the Illinois Black Chamber later on today, but thanks for letting me comment. I know that toll work does great in getting people in and working with them, so.
No, thanks for your call. Really appreciate the confirmation and for also your intentionality around spreading the word about this tremendously important program. Thanks again. So as we start to wind down our show, Cassandra and Marlene, if you had one word to describe why you do this work and or the importance of this program, what would it be?
I don't know if I have one word, so you're going to have to bear with me. I'll say spread the word. Start your career in construction. Construction Works program, which we're here to talk about today, is free, designed by the Illinois Tollway to help, one, discover job opportunities in Illinois' high-demand transportation-related construction industry. What you gain, customized training, work apparel and tools, career planning, and there's tons of career opportunities, equipment operators, carpenters, electricians. Spread the word. The resources are there for you. Come and work in construction.
So it looks like Marlene, Cassandra took all your words, but let's see if we can have, why you do this work. One word or two words or whatever you want to do. We just coming to the end of our show, and I'd love to get your inspiration, if you will, of why this program is so important to you.
I'll tell you, my inspiration is opportunity and the ripple effect. When you have a job, when you have a career, you're able to show your children, you're able to support your family, support your community. If you're interested in it, open up a business, get more people involved. It's a way to support your community and to grow, to have impact. So take advantage of the opportunity. It's access.
Yes.
Thank you. So each show, and I really appreciate Cassandra and Marlene for you coming on. Wonderful show. Thank you for taking part of your Saturday morning and spend it at the partnership show with George Wright. Each show we end with the same song, and this song means something to all of us because the words are important for every single show that we do here on the partnership show. And the song is called Open Our Eyes. Thanks to all of our callers. Thanks to our sponsors and supporters. And once again, thanks to our special guests, Construction Works and the Partnership Show.
Father, open our eyes that we may see to follow thee, Lord. Grant us thy loving peace, and let all dissension cease. Let all faith each day increase, and Master, Lord, please open our eyes. Open our He has given us hills and mountains. He has given us level plains. He has given us food and clothing, giving us shelter from the storm and the rain. And with all we're always hurting each other. Seems that we just can't be contented. Always fighting with each other. But look upon us with compassion, and please hear us. Hear us when we cry, and smile down on your helpless children. Oh, and Master and Father, Lord, come on, yeah, and open our eyes. Open our
Show who you are, what you're capable of doing. So when you get in front of these large corporations, you'll be ready. Thank you guys for having me on this morning.
Hold on, Terry. So, we were talking about the capability statements. For those people who don't have a capability statement and you want assistance with that, you can reach out to Strategic Exceptions. Terry, how does somebody reach out to you guys if they need help with those capability statements?
They can reach out to us at info at strategicexceptions.com. That's strategicexceptions.com. Thank you, guys.
All right. Well, it's time to wrap up. Thank you so much for watching and listening to the Wake Up Show Chicago. We are here every Saturday at 9 a.m. Central Daylight Savings Time. Make sure you follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is look for the Wake Up Show Chicago. Make sure you put Chicago behind that.
And you know that's right, because what we're doing for business each and every week, we got to shake them up to wake them up. So come on now. You rocking with the show that does the most, the Wake Up Show Chicago, the Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce. Till the next time, people.
Good night, John Boy.
Follow us across the socials at The Wake Up Show Chicago. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. It's The Wake Up Show every Saturday morning at 9, where change begins with every sunrise.
Welcome to The Wake Up Show Chicago. Chicago.